understanding. Okay. All right. So I still want to remind everybody to build an agency that is our 5-year goal, that is profitable to be sold or to go public. We distribute the profits or shares to qualified members. And I was listening to the retail company IMO of our FMO, and he still called his IMO on the ground floor opportunity, but he had been doing it for I think 4 years, 4 years this last month. And so I think I just want to remind everybody that we are doing this since March, April, May, June, July, August. So we're on our 5th month. So we still have a lot of ways to go, but I'm not, I don't know about you, but I'm having fun, I'm having fun because I think we're helping a lot of people, especially the business owners to get their money from the IRS. And aside from that, as Ferdy said, we're going to have a Merry Christmas and maybe a happy 2023. So we just keep on focusing that. I want to introduce you again, the management team. We have ourselves, Dave and myself as founders. Enrico is the president, and business development officer, which is Jay Orville Arias. And then we have the administrative officer, particularly focused on the tax credits, ERTC, Michelle Head, and our very own agency administrative officer, Steffi Orteza. She's in charge of the contracting, the licensing, and also she's acting as my, IT artistic girl for my PowerPoint. Without Steffi, there will be no Julia Talks. I cannot do it myself. I'm admitting I'm limited with my technical knowledge, but as one of Ford said, I don't know how to fix your car, but I know somebody who can, and I'm just following with that guidelines. If I don't know it, somebody will know it, so we just have to ask for their help. And then, of course, there's so many people behind the scene. We have our FMO, our very own John Benham. He and him had known each other since 2000 or more than 2000 in the 1990s, late 1990s, from WMA, WLG, and now he's our FMO. We have Matt Pennington of Take IT. Take IT, I want you to be proud of our association with Matt Pennington and TKT, because if you don't know, TKT is the consulting company that is behind Transamerica and WFG. And we know they're really, really the #1 IMO in the country right now. And then we have Sterling Turan, which is connected. He's in charge of helping us with the recruiting using LinkedIn, using their software. And we're getting some results on that one. Once we prove that it really works, we're gonna give it to the team, whoever wants to get some leads to get more agents to their team. And of course, we have Bruce Borromeo back from the Philippines. He is Ferdy's recommendation to us. He's the one in charge of your MP4 for your ERTC and the PowerPoint presentation. Very knowledgeable guy also on the computer, and he has a huge background back in the Philippines with some other stuff, a graduate of San Beda College, and he knows what he's doing. And of course, PXL Code, headed by Clyde Terrell. He was here in the States, a member of PFA, did not like doing the insurance business, went back home and put up his own marketing technical person. And they are in charge of our lead generation, and also in charge of our, all those blasting and emailing, helping Steffi to get it done. We firmly believe that communicating to you in the field by sending those blasts would really achieve what we want to achieve, awareness of what's going on with the company and what is it that you can avail of. And so that's the team out there. So I like to point out that, I'm sorry. At ePower, we always say you can make money whether you are unlicensed or licensed or both at all levels. And you can earn while you learn, earn an income whether you are a part-timer, but if not if you are a no-timer. We don't want people just to be hanging around on the Zoom and listening and just being nosy what's going on, and then call me with all the negativity in the world, and then I'm not doing anything. I don't think this is the company for you if you are that type of a person, but we want to welcome your presence, but we want you to make money and be successful. So we want to help you, but we can only show you the water. We cannot make you drink. And then when you make money, there should be a mindset that when you make money, a family or a business owner is helped. And the more money you make, the more families or business owners are being helped. You know, this is the most satisfying angle of our business at ePower. And it is really what is coming from my heart. And I hope that is also your mindset, that you're not only doing it for your own commissions or whatever, but it's more so to help your clients. As I always say, when you help your clients, money will follow. Okay, so put your clients first and you can't go wrong. And then, okay, this one, I don't think we have to skip this a little bit. We'll do it in a while. I think we become with the non-licensed people, we have main services with our affiliation with North Star Marketing Group. And of course, the very popular one is employee retention incentives. And, there's a fine line deadline for that one. And that will be, this year. It's a 3-year program. So we're focusing on that one. The research and development tax credits, if you're not familiar with that, it has been in existence for 40 years. It was approved by the Congress and it was approved permanently. This is not like ERTC wherein they're gonna run out of money. It's there and you can do that. You have cost segregation, we have proactive tax planning, exit planning, estate planning documents, and I'm not gonna really delve on that one for the sake of time, in the interest of time. But if you have some question, you have clients already with them, call me and I can discuss it with you. And they have this additional services. They have the attorney drafted estate. We put a blast for the planning documents for all 50 states. You can avail of it for $995, and then it's a lifetime service that you can avail of. We can make a little bit of referral fees on that one, and we are going to put it on the grid, but it's not really where the money is coming from when you do this, planning documents like living trust, how to avoid probate, the will and everything. But it's more of having an access to the assets that is in the living trust. And that's where you're gonna, find out. I always compare it based on my background of being a mortgage broker for 27 years and seeing thousands and thousands of 1003s or a loan application. When you take the loan application, there's an assets and liabilities, and then you're gonna say, oh my gosh, he has a CD and he has a 401k and he has cash value and his life insurance. But when I was a mortgage broker, I have to finish first my job as a loan officer. And then when I see it went through, they were happy, then you can always come back and say, hey, Mr. Client, I noticed on your loan application that you have about 100,000, cash sitting on your CD. And do you want me to show you how you can make or maximize or leverage a good interest income, either using annuity or life settlement? So that's the same thing with this living trust. Okay, that's where you're gonna put your assets in it, you fund it, and primarily people with real estate or properties. They want it to be in there because otherwise something happens to them. And if they don't have the living trust, then it's gonna go probate. And if you're not familiar with probate, that means they're gonna put that property, into market, and they're gonna let the people, Raul is just coming in, and I will admit him. So that's where the money is coming from. It's not from your 995. I think from their calculation, we can get a little bit of 100 or gas money or something. And they have this business brokering with national co-brokering capacity. They have this audit. We're not gonna focus on that one. I'm just letting you know that it's available there. They have bookkeeping services, and I am happy to announce that we're gonna avail that for our commission. Paying you guys the commission, the direct deposits. We will start with it. Dave and I have to learn it, so at least in a restaurant, even though you have a chef, you know how to cook, and so that's what we're doing right now. But rest assured, you're gonna get paid on time because we're gonna be using them. They're very, very knowledgeable. It's a global company, and they know what they're doing. And then, of course, don't forget, we have the two direct lenders, which is the RLS Bankers and Integrity Finance. And I know there's no licensing requirements. And a lot of you say, oh my God, why do we have to do that? Now, when the interest rate is so high, but you also have to consider the fact that there is a meltdown happening in the real estate world, and you want to alarm your clients, especially if they have a huge equity on their home, and they don't want to lose that money. They can get a refi cash out, or they want a HELOC, or do they want a reverse mortgage if they're 62 and above, then and get the money and then put them in a safe environment or investment. And what can you say for a safe investment when the stock market is crashing? Then we have the life settlement. And for those who wants to see the presentation, it's going to be tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific time. And I think Steffi and Lester already sent the blast for that. All right. So let us show you how you can make money, whether you are a licensed or licensed agent, right? But since employment credits, a 3-year program by the federal government to assist business owners to recover from disruption of their business growth is ending this year, 2022. I want to show you how you can earn money using ERTC as the income opportunity, whether you are a part-time, full-time, and like I said, but not a no-timer. And I'm going to use this, this is the grid, or this is the program or the compensation plan of the LA people. They made it in such a way that it will be easy to understand, and they can really open the eyes of those people who are making, or wants to make a lot of money. So the referral commission base is the 20% of the AIA, and North Star and ePower and you guys, whoever are the writing agents, are getting paid part of that 20%. Okay, and with that, already structure it that there's a group sponsor who's getting 2%. There's a direct sponsor at getting 3%, and the client referring agent 10%. We just finalized a meeting this morning with TKT, and we want to make sure that this will happen, with a point value or $1 equivalent, so that you will qualify for the qualification when we are ready to sell. It will be part of that qualification. And so Ferdy is big in selling the dream. And so he said, which is the average tax recovery now, but that we're having about, before it was 280,000, but he used here to round out 300,000. We have 20% commission base, that is the 60,000. 6,000 of that is going to the referring agent. That's one who wrote the business. If I sponsor Ferdy, then I'll be the direct sponsor. I'll get 1,008. And whoever sponsored me, then he gets 1,002. So there is money for everyone. So that's what the point of this one. And if you want a $500,000 recovery, this is how you're going to be getting, 10,000 for you being the writing agent or referring agent, 3,000 to the direct sponsor, and group sponsor 2,000. So I don't have to spell it out. And of course, right now we have, I'm not sure if Orville is on the call. Orville has a recovery of about 1.2 million. So that's a recovery, and depending on how they do it, but that one has 200,000 commission, that client referring, and then the direct sponsor and the group sponsor. So I always say, and this a long traditional saying, you chew your gum while you walk. If you are a licensed firm, and then while learning and preparing to be a licensed agent, because I tell you, the life and health, to a certain extent, license is one of the most, powerful license nowadays. I mean, Dave and I, we gave up Dave gave up his Series 7. I gave up my Series 24, 26, and 6. And we still have the life and health. And it was really a right decision. And that's what is keeping us to get this agency going. And how can you beat that from $199 to $39.95? It's available at the back office. Go and grab it. Use our ePower. There is a code, I believe so. I was not able to get that. But it's at the back office. You go to your agents portal. You go to the tab which says Get Licensed, and it's in there. So learn and master how ePower's comp plan works, okay? And I'm not sure, but Steffi, do you have the comp plan here? Okay, so let me show you this first before I go and dissect it. So we have this, okay, which is the MD core team. This is the associate, the field associate, and senior associate. And then we have this, which is where the director of clubs, the executive council, the board of directors belongs. All right. Now, I'm sure some of you, when we put up the company, we gave everybody, a lot of people, the highest comp plan, which is field vice chairman. And these are the people who step up. These are the people who said, yes, these are the people who say, okay, I'm not gonna be writing business, but I can bring agents and stuff like that. And so we have that. And in the street or layman's IMO language, we call it grandfathering these agents. They become leaders and they have the power and the authority to, do whatever they want to give this. We're not, we're gonna be following this when people are making real money and stepping up, and for the sake of qualification, who are gonna get so much shares when we sell or we get the company to public. That's what we're gonna be doing. But for now, I always say it's a gift. If you don't wanna accept it or you don't wanna make use of it, then so be it, But if you wanna put it to work, it's like having a lot of seeds. You have it in your hand, but you throw it away, in the plow. It can go to the good soil. It can go to the, bad soil, and it's in the Bible. You reap what you sow. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. But and then we have this generation overrides. This is a very powerful. We're paying you on your personal production the highest at 90. But if you really build a team, and I'll show you why you should do it, it will go up to 113. If you don't want to do it, so be it. We're not saying, you have to do it. We're not forcing you. I have an agent in New York, and she said, I know how to make 20, 30,000 by selling real estate. I'm not going to be under the mercy of these people, who wants, to do things at their own time. And I said, yes, whatever you want to do. But if you really want and stretch your vision, if you want to make a 7, 8 figure income, then this is the power of the generation override, and I'll show you in a few. Now we have renewals, you know, and the only people who are going to be getting the renewals on their cases are the people who are on the MD or marketing directors, you know, category for the elite pay. Wherein we have some elite pay carrier like FNG. We have, I believe, National Life. You're going to get 2.7 from up to the 2 years, and then on and on and on, as long as your clients are paying the premium. Now I want to go back to this one. So on the comp plan, so I mean, a lot of people, I'm not sure, and I don't want to judge, but I think based from what I'm getting when I'm having a conversation with some of these agents, they don't even really know the difference between spread and generation override. So a senior associate at 50%, okay, this is a typo here. Steffi, can you take note of this? It should be 65.
Okay.
If you look at the comp plan here, the marketing director is 65, correct? So and let's see if did you recompute it or no? So anyway, between the marketing director and if somebody who recruited you is, did I say 90? Did I say that? So 90 minus 65, it should be 25, correct? I hope people are getting that. So okay, this one, this is not get right anymore, Steffi. So we have to change this. So 90 minus 65, you have 25, right? And then if that agent is direct to you, let me go back to here. So you minus 90 to 65, your writing agent, if they're direct to you, is getting 65%. If you are the upline and you're at 90 minus 65 is what, 25, correct? And then because they are on the marketing directors or directors club as a marketing director, then you should get the generation override, which is 8%. So you have 25 plus 8, so that is what, 33? Am I correct? I think so, right? Okay, so what I'm saying is, so we have the 25% and then the 8%, this one is right. So when your marketing director writes a business, and for the sake of time, I just put here a 500 per month target premium, meaning to say, because some people would pay 6,000, 600 or whatever, but that is over the target premium. And that's another language that you can learn when we put up, or we invited trainers, or we're gonna put up training also modules at the back office. Then you multiply that by 12, that will be 6,000 points. And somebody is saying, what do you mean by a PB? Okay, so that is $1 to 6,000 points annualized premium, and that will be your PB. And then for the 9 months, which is 75% of 12, then you will get 4,500 advance. You know, can you imagine that? I mean, how nice is this business? The people, the carrier, you only pay 1 month and they're gonna advance 4,500 to the field or to us, to the IMO. And then if you are the writing agent, even if you are the lowest, 65%, you still get 2,225. And that's not even, I would say maybe an hour, 2 hours worth of nowadays with a Zoom and with DocuSign. You don't even have to leave the home. You can do everything virtually. You don't even have to drive. You don't even have to spend money on the gas, okay? So now the FBC who recruited this person show the opportunity, and I'm hoping guide this agent, will get the 33%. That is your spread plus your generation override because he is direct to you. So you get 1,485. remember this 1,485 because you need that to be calculated into your mind. And then the 10th and the 11th and the 12th month will be paid as earned every month as long as your client is paying the premium. So that is what we call the renewals. And then later on, it will be also the trails, okay? So that's why I love writing insurance policies. As long as you properly present it, as long as they understand what's the concept and what's the value of it, between retirement concept and also the protection concept. Something happened to him or her, the family is protected. If he outlive his insurance, he can use it as a you can borrow from the insurance company, use it as a collateral to continue your lifestyle. So I don't think you can go more than that. I mean, it's just a beautiful concept. All right. So, for that one, and if you do not understand this, talk to me, come to me and it more to you guys. We have fidelity and guarantee. These are not all. Last 2 weeks ago, on my week 2, we gave you a bunch of our carrier. We all have this on the FIG, both annuity and life. We have Allianz also for annuity. Life. We have Anico, and that's where Alanita closed her first deal. We have NLG, we have Athene, AIG, and Nexus Nationwide Alliance. I'm not saying you have to spread yourself too thin and write with them. Each of these carriers, they're having their own contest so that they can capture you. So it's your decision, whoever you want to write with. And if you want, like, I think Foresters has something going on, or one of the carriers to Mexico. If you want to, shoot for that one, you concentrate on that particular carrier. National Life, I know they have something going on. And then we have non-preferred, life. We can do children. If they're under 17 years old, they're still considered as juvenile. And then all the product knowledge with insured age 80 or over, for the we have the final expense that can go up to 85 years old. It's not for them, it's for the people who gonna be living with, for funeral expense. If they die here, they want to go and be brought to the Philippines. They don't want to be cremated. You know how much it costs? That's back when my mom passed away. It's more than $10,000 just for the coffin and everything to be put under the PA. What is that? PAL. I forgot the PAL, the direct flight. Coming from the States to the Philippines. That was what, 5-7 years ago, but I don't know now, but I'm sure it's more than that. But we can go, if they don't have so much challenges on their health, we can go as high as 50,000 with Everest of Amicable. We can go 40,000 with United of Omaha. I'm not sure about America. I believe they're only 40. If they are going to be graded, meaning to say, they have really a very, very bad existing condition, but, they're going to give them what we call a 2-day, period, wherein they're going to observe. If he passes away during that time, all the payments for the premium will be returned to them, plus a certain amount of interest, depending on the carrier. But if they surpass the 2 years period, then they will be able to get the whole chunk of, let's say it's 20,000 that they got from for the final expense. You think it's not really helpful, but mind you, when somebody died, you're gonna find out it's helpful. Okay, so for those who have mom and dad who help you, took care of your babies when they were young and they're living with you, and if they don't have anything, plan on having them final expense. And the beauty of this is they can just be the insured. The agents, the children can be the owners of the policy, because they'll be the one affected anyways, something happens to them. It can be 1 or 2 or 3 siblings. So let's say it's $200 worth of a monthly premium. To some people, oh my God, that's already a car payment. But if there are 4 siblings, you just divide it and say, hey, let's contribute $50 each. Then we have a final expense for mom and dad, somebody told me, okay, I'm going to join you, but I don't want to recruit. I don't want to build. I don't want this, IMO, or concept of MLM. I don't want that. And I just want to write. And, but I'm getting 100%, and my first question is 100% of what, And is it 100% of what? Well, with ePower, if we're getting 100%, you get 90% of that. So it's only 90, that's lower than that. But most of our carriers, they're paying us 120, and some are paying us about 130. So if we get whatever we get, we put it, on the grid. So I told her, if you're only 90, but you multiply 120 times 90, that is 108%. So you're still ahead. And this woman, she cannot understand it at first. And she says, well, how come this so-and-so IMO is doing that? Well, I said, that's where they get the money, for putting you on a trip, for getting all these contests. They say they make themselves look so good, but in reality, they're trying to cook you with your own oil. They keep the 20 or 30 or 35% and the bonuses of the production. And then they have all these trips, all these things, but that's not our culture. Ours is, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So we're trying to give you the whole thing, and we're putting that in the grid. And then whatever is on the grid, if you're at 80 or 90, whatever, then you multiply that, and that's how you're gonna get paid. I know we want you, aside from the 5-year goal, we want you while you're working with us to be, this is one of my favorites book. A lot of the people, and if you haven't read this, buy it from Amazon. I believe it's $10 only. I know Freddie bought it because, or this is different. The other one is Who Moves My Cheese. I apologize. But this one is all a good book. A lot of the people, especially those who are really getting W-2s or salaries or whatever, and they think, oh, I am very secured, But nowadays, if they give you a pink slip, I don't think you are more secure than anybody because you are terminated. So you have to realize that being an employee is not a security unless you are the CEO or even the CEO. You can get fired, if you don't, do it right. The CEO of, I remember the clothing company, I forgot about what's the name of the company. They fired the CEO. Or even Uber, if you saw the movie, they fired the CEO of Uber, and he cannot do anything about it. Okay, so there's really no security in being an employee. Now I know, and I myself I consider being self-employed right now. I am the presenter. I am the maybe to a certain extent the janitor, and they call me a founder, but I'm doing everything so that we can pull this agency up. And that's what self-employed is all about. I know some of you are like that too. You're an individual or independent agent, but you're doing everything also by yourself. You still consider yourself as self-employed. But we're trying to target the business owners, okay? And this is where, when I'm working with Steffi, I feel like I'm a business owner because I just have to put my verbiage on Slack, and she will come up with this, PowerPoint, and I really appreciate what she's doing. But it's just because Steffi is, on salary, and we're paying her, and I am able to delegate. So I feel like, okay, I'm practicing, or I am lucky and fortunate that I am a business owner to a certain extent. So this is where we want you to go and be able to delegate. We want you to be saying you are in Hawaii and taking your R&R with the loved ones, the kids, the wife, the husbands, and then all you have to do is pick up the phone or send a Slack message or send a whatever form that you want as communication and say, please do this, please do that. Okay. So that is what you call yourself as a business owner. And of course, the most favorite one is to become an investor. And they're saying you are sleeping and you are making money, or you are making money while you're sleeping. Just like if you put 100,000, 200,000, and if you put it in a very, very safe investment like life settlement, then you can sleep well. And you know that when the people, 5 policies or 5 holders of those policies passed away, you're going to have a good return from Equilife. It's a minimum of 12%, but it can go up to whatever, like the last portfolio that they closed, they were able to get 78%. So if you divide that by 3, that's about 26%, per year. Where can you get that? Especially nowadays that the market is crashing. So, I mean, there's a good book. If you have time, read it, buy it on Amazon. It's not a thick one. You can read it and sit down and you can finish it in an hour or 2. So, but we respect you. If you want just to be a producer, we don't have anything against that. We want people who are producing, but we want to stretch your vision. We want you to, be introduced on the power of overrides. And I know with Ferdy, he has a big why, and he would always, Sita, I really want to make 7-figure, And I said, well, the only thing that I can tell you is you have to build a team, because even though you are so good as a personal producer, we only have so much time in a day that we can produce, or even if you don't even get out and drive, even if you're just on a Zoom and using DocuSign, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna be able to make a 7-figure income unless you do a premium finance, wherein your minimum, policy is about 5 to 10 million, and that is where you can have a 250,000, $500,000, and I know for a fact that last year, Cold Springs had agents that made, 1 to 5 million in a year using premium finance. But that's a little bit of a lot of waiting, like ERTC, a lot of work. We're gonna help you. Dave had mastered that with Jamie as the managing director. But for our sake, we wanna be able to, put food on the table. We want to be able to pay our bills. We want to be able to, relax a little bit on Sunday. We have the tools for you. So, and I know I always tell this to people, but, and this will be available at back office, but, a lot of the people, they say, I kind of like, when I say, okay, all you need to do is get 84 producing agents, and then, with $500 on a 12 months, you will have 504 per year. If you want $500,000, if you want $250,000, then you only get so many people. That is 42 agents doing 2 a month. Then that's still $250,000. But if you want a 7-figure income, then you have to make sure that you have 167, agents producing. And if you want, that's for one case. If you want them, or you will be able to have them produce 2 in a month at 500 override, then you can get $1 million. And I don't think you're gonna doubt it, because I've shown you that with your 33%, you can make $1,450 on a lousy $500 premium, okay? And that's only one product. For this, we did not really have time, but on the next training, we're gonna change, or we're gonna update this, and we're gonna add on, and we're gonna show you how you can make a lot of money with life settlement. With life settlement, we're getting 7%. So if it's 100,000, 7% of that is what, 7,000. You put that in the grid, and then you multiply it by your corresponding commission level. And the beauty of this also, you're not limited in the United States. We can do it all over the world, as long as these are legit money, and we're not going to be in trouble. As long as they can wire, the presentation will be coming from the United States. We're going to guide them, and we will have them the DocuSign, and we're going to send all the paperwork via DocuSign, and they'll be able and done. It's a little bit, it's more, I would say, a lot faster than doing the Pan American, because the Pan American, they have to come here to the States so that they can get, have the paramedical exam. They can do their own tests or whatever is needed. On the other side, a lot of the people, they want to go and explore, the Disneyland, if they're going to maybe in Nevada, if they're gonna go to Texas. I'm not really sure what's in Texas. If they're gonna go Arizona, they're gonna go to the Grand Canyon, and they can walk over the glass bridge. If you are not good with heights, don't do that, because it can really make you get nauseous. But it's one of the famous things. If they want to go Florida, there's so many things that they can do. They can go to Disney World. They can go to a bunch of other good things in Florida. So we have Texas, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Nevada, Arizona. I know there are 5. Okay, my mind went blank, but there are 5 states that they can go with, enter. All right. So, but I say, my God, but Teacher Julie, that's a lot of people to get 84 or 167 agents. And, it's so hard. But if you think about it, it's very hard if you do it by yourselves. I'm not telling you to do it by yourselves. Now, do you know 5 people at least? I guarantee you, I know you, but more than 5 people you can invite, and, subject them to the business opportunity presentation. They don't want to listen. They don't have time. Then shoot them your ePower website. It's on the public website. If you're not aware of it, if somebody is complaining, I don't want to have, any accent on the presentation, whatever, you can just click on the media, and then Dave's presentation with no accent, being presented by a Caucasian, is there. And, I really gave it to Dave. He is one of the best presenters that I've seen when, starting together with this business ever since back in 1999 something. And when people, they will tell me, okay, gather the people, we're gonna have that. But okay, let Dave talk. He's a very good presenter, and because my team was composed of 100%, no, not 100%. I have a LAPD, Hispanic, and Hispanic, but I would say 95% of Filipinos, then they would want a Caucasian to be in front of them. And we put that on the back, not on the back office, in the public websites. It's there, have them listen to him and play. And then if that's something that interests them, then tell them, hey, you can sign up, give this a chance. It's $100 one-time fee. It's not even a monthly fee, okay? It's not like, I'm not gonna mention, but it's a monthly fee, hefty fee that we are paying for just for you to get and do the ERTC. All right, so it's not only you, and if you haven't really read this business system, e-power business system. This was, pioneered by Hubert Humphrey, who really joined Amway for 7 years without making any penny, but he was able to come up with the leadership format system. And then everything evolved from this. WFG, FEG, FFS, everybody evolved from this leadership power system. We call it e-power business manual. So if you haven't, please, it's at the back office. Take time and really read through it. It's a very powerful. That is the Bible of our company, and that is how business Bible, and that's how you're gonna make a lot of money. You don't have to create. You just have to follow, and you just have to copy and do what they're doing. Everything is on there. You have the script, you have the, the steps, 6 steps. But one of my favorite page on this one is the power of 5. And we were having a management meeting this morning, and I was asking Enrico, what page is this? But it's page 66, so you cannot go wrong. And that's the power of the 5, So just like I mentioned, okay, I don't know a lot, but I know 5 people that I can recruit. And then you can teach those 5 people to get 5, so the 25 times 5, then you have 125, and then you get those other people to get, and then on and on and on, okay? But you say, oh, Tita, but it's not gonna be like that. Some will do it, some won't. How are we gonna monitor that? Well, then the famous, 80-20 rule, which is composed, that was the work of Vilfredo Pareto. That's an 80-20 rule, where in most of the outcomes, around 80% of the consequences come from 20% of the causes. So, and this was in 1906. This is not a brand new principle, but still being out there. And I always say, to this, when we resigned from our former company, wherein we have 150 directs, we have 19,000 people, but before we resign and before they remove us from the computer, Dave and I really took the time to compute how many of our 19,000 people, how many of those people who paid almost the sign-up fees, horrendous, 625. You have to sign up with, WLG, you have to sign up with GRM, you have to sign up with the mortgage company, you have to sign up with, a financial company. And I know Hubert was making a killing just on the sign up, but it's not even 80-20 rule that we come up with. Only 10% of the 19,000 people, whether they make $1, $2, whatever, made some money. So, but hey, from the quantity, we get the quality. So we have to practice that, okay? So the steps to get paid every week, you have to get appointed, contracting, that licensing at e-power Financial, that's Steffi. Steffi even, we added more hours for her. She extended her hours for 3 hours. If you don't know, she is sleeping in the morning, in the Philippines, but just to be with our time zone, Pacific, she would be up, in the evening, right, in the evening. And then we extended her with 3 hours because I can't find anybody good or better than her. So she said she's the best. And I would agree with that. So I salute you for that one. You start trading business and you get paid, as I pointed out. If you want final expense, you get paid every day. They pay every day. So if we get the money on Wednesday, you're going to get paid on Friday. If we get it after Wednesday, you're going to get paid on the following Friday. But they pay us every day, all right? I mentioned already, the life settlement, if it's cash after the 5-day rescission period, they pay us. You get it on Wednesday, you get it on Friday. We get it after Wednesday, you get it the following Friday. It's not after 4 or 6 months, okay? And I'm not saying that because I'm not judging the ERTC program. It is what it is. And I told this in our management meeting. I am still counting the blessings that we have ERTC. I'm counting the blessings that we were affiliated with North Star. I'm counting the blessing that they were affiliated with AIA because I think they're one of the best company out there working on the tax credits. They're coming up or they have the CPA program. It's a good program, but still it will take time. So guys, when you do your business plan, when you do your budget, when you sit down and say, this is my expense per month, this is my target for this year as an income, whether it's a quarter of a mil, whether it's a mil, whether it's 100,000, whether you just want to do it part-time, 50,000, 60,000, it's your business. You're the one who can dictate your time. You're the one who can put all this in writing and follow it. Investors say DOA, there should be really the desire. We have the opportunity at ePower, but you have to take action. You have to make sure that you are doing something and you're not just a bystander, because after, I guarantee you, after this year and next year, we will really create real millionaires, next year. This year, I am still counting on the fact, but it's still a gray, or I'm not saying it's not a crystal ball clear type of thing, but next year, if you just follow our system, if you just follow what we're trading on, and if you just really dedicate, your time, and I know Ferdy would always laugh when I say, okay, no hocus pocus, okay, just concentrate on what you are planning to do, on what you're doing, but be with us, don't go, oh God, go to a wellness company or go to a crypto or another company. Oh my God, don't you know this? I sign up with another company just because I want to give this lady a chance. They closed, and then now they have another one, and it's like, okay, I've done it. I went to Utah, sign up with a wellness because I need some help with my diabetes and my, sleepiness problem, and it's helping me. But I was honest and frank that, okay, this is it. This is only what I can contribute. I am only a client, okay? And I cannot be on a business where there's an auto ship when the people cannot even put gas on the table, when the people cannot even, on their car, they cannot put food on the table, can't buy steak, it's so expensive. I don't have a problem with that because I am a plant-based diet, on a plant-based diet, but a lot of people, I know for a fact, I know somebody is like, oh my God, I really want the best steak and this is so much and blah, blah, blah. But, guys, sit down and, put your business plan together, put your goals money-wise, and of course, we have to do this with compassion. We have to do this with honesty. We have to do this with integrity. And of course, if you're going to build a team, be a servant leader, all right? And I don't want you to forget, we still have our kickoff events, and there's still a lot of room. We're waiting for 200, not 200, but maybe 100 plus more to register. Once we get the 200, we'll close it. There's no charge on it. We're not charging any money for you guys. You just have to get there, on January 13 in the evening if you are invited and if you are a winner. But on Saturday, just dedicate your time. We're gonna have a breakfast for you. We're gonna have lunch for you. And for the winners, we're gonna have a special dinner for you guys. I'm hoping we can bring you to the Chelsea, and I'm not sure if they will still have it at the Queen Mary, the restaurant that's one of my favorites, but they're under renovation, and I think they gotta finish the renovation by the end of the year. I was hoping we will have the kickoff there, but it's too risky if we just book at the last minute. We already booked this since April, and it's already planned and everything for the winners. And I want to clarify this, guys, okay? Somebody said, oh, Peter, I cannot really win because I'm not doing ERTC, you know, and I'm gonna do and dedicate my, time doing the life settlement. Okay, guys, these are two separate contests. And this is the reason why we separated it, because we know there are people who are unlicensed and also dedicating on tax credits, particularly the ERTC, and maybe to a certain extent the research and development, but they are two separate contests, okay? This one, you have to have a minimum recovery amount to qualify. Right now, the way it's going, we have Orville. I have 3-4 people. Once we get the CPR, then I'm sure they're gonna qualify. They're on the verge of about 3 million recovery. And then for the life and annuity contest, I want you to take this of this. And it says here, minimum 100-point value to qualify. And it's kind of like, what is a 1-point value? Okay, if you read on our definition, it's $1, okay, of the target of the annualized premium if it's an insurance. Okay, the term doesn't have an insurance, the term doesn't have a target, okay, but every point is $1. All right. So, and it's not even your commission. It is what it is. Let's say on what I said, if it's a 500, you multiply that by 12. So that's 6,000. That's 6,000 points value that you are earning. Okay. If you have a lifetime settlement and you put in 100,000, so that is 100,000 point value. So you qualify, you can enter the contest. And I know it's not a car or whatever that we are, I'm sorry, giving out. But hey, we if you're not from California, we're gonna pay for the fare. We're gonna pay for your suite. We're gonna pay for your food. We're gonna pay for your you're gonna have dinner with us at the end of the session on Saturday. And the most important thing, and then you're going to have cash of 500. Second is 300, and you have 200. It's not a lot of money, but it can put food on the table or buy something. But one thing I guarantee you, if you attempt this and you pay attention and you listen to the speakers that we are lining up for you, your 2023 will be really, really horrendous, and you're gonna be making really good income. They're there to teach you. John, our FMO, had been in the business for 37 years. I've known him since he was about 21 years old. We have, the North Star people. We have, unfortunately, the quantum people. They're having their annual convention in New York. They cannot come, but we're gonna have some introduction training with them before the year ends. We're gonna have RLS, our very own Sharon Ramos, and we're gonna have the CEO and founder of Equilife, Barry Neal. He's gonna explain to you more in detail what's going on. So, guys, give this to your team, stretch their vision, get them involved. When they make money, you make money. Have them, understand that there's really a lot of money to be made, and let them participate in the contest. I was talking to one of the Las Vegas team, and she said she really wants to get 5 million, to get this going, and she wanted to get the first prize. So stretch their vision, create some competitiveness. There's so much, that they can make when they're winning. Whether it's second, third, or first, second, third, first place, that means they're making a lot of money. And just like I said in the beginning, it's not only about saying I make a lot of money. It's more of, oh, we help a bunch of families and business owners. And that's why, you know, when you are making a lot of commissions, that means you help a lot of business owners and families. I'm sorry I ran out of time, but in closing, I always want to remind you that, you know, we are a company that you can be proud of. We are there to help you succeed, treat you with respect and integrity, and give you the opportunity to help others and save and make more money, provide you a chance to build a great quality of life, and give a chance to be financially independent, and finally give you a chance to take charge of your life once for all. I just want to, oh, where did it go? Oh, okay. This is a reminder that we will be repeating, and we're still working on the first and second. I think we have a glitch with putting it on the YouTube, but we will still be repeating this. The first Tuesday will be the first, next Tuesday will be the first week again. We're gonna have a little bit of maybe additional whatever, but if you did not get it the first time, you're more than welcome to come and see us again, you know, on that one. And Steffi, where is the do it? Did you put it here? The video?
No, it's too large, but let's put it in the portal so that they can still see it.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
You have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is my favorite. Back in 1989, when I was introduced to to life insurance, and when this guy, Art Williams, had really made a killing, and because of his experience with his daddy. And I know for some of you, you cannot really relate because you're still young. But his daddy passed away. There's not so much money because they cannot afford the whole life and the whole life. Yeah, it's very expensive, but that's the most famous type of plan that they have now at that time. So he came up with a concept of, you know, buy term and invest the difference. And as we all know it, if you're following the industry, then you have that he sold it. He became a multi-millionaire, billionaire actually, and now he's still a billionaire. But I really, I really, and this it's not only me. This became an icon because he's just so good. But aside from his passion, enthusiasm to do it, he really makes sense on what we're doing. A lot of us are being stopped or put into stop because we're not making money or we have problems, you know, life gets its way type of thing. And I cannot do this anymore, tita, because so and so, you know. But, you know, listen to it. Just, you know, observe it because it's really, really powerful. Go ahead, Steph.
You want me to share it to them?
Yeah. And if you can play it already.
Yeah, okay.
And if you are so down, remind yourself, me when I'm really like, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm also human. So, you know, I kind of like play it and kind of like remind myself, okay, I have to, you know, be back again, be energetic, be compassionate. That I really idolize these just do it videos. And while you're doing that, I have Julie, what's the question? But I'll answer you, Raul. My client, Dominga Mendoza, talk to you and she wants you to respond and she's waiting right now. Who is this? Oh, Raul. I'm not sure. I'll talk to you, Raul, after this. Having fun, great product, great support, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Elenita. And that is Dominga Mendoza. You don't have a sound.
How about now?
No sound. There.
Does it have a
Okay.
sound?
Nope.
You,
about
many
now?
great evangelists in the audience, and who put me between Falwell and Swaggart on the same night just totally blows me away. But I'll try to give it my best shot. I was asked to talk to you about how to win in business. I think it's a good subject for you to think about, because I believe business in America is in a crisis situation today. All you have to do is read the paper and every month see our trade deficit, and it's just a very depressing situation. And to speak to you about how to win in business, there's a lot of obvious things I could talk about. You first have to find a need. You've got to fill a need for a consumer out there. You've got to have a market. You've got to have somebody to sell your product or your service to. You've got to, if you really want to get big and win big, you've got to have a uniqueness. There's got to be something a little bit different from you than all of the competition out there. But by far the most important thing you've got to have to win in business in these United States today is a very unique kind of mental toughness. I believe the difference in winning and losing in the free enterprise system is so small, it's almost too scary to talk about. You can do 99% of the things right in business, and yet if you don't possess what I call that winning edge, that mental toughness, folks, it's impossible to win. I believe the thinking in corporate America has been screwed up over these last 20 or 25 years, and I believe this screwed up kind of thinking started in our big liberal universities today. I believe a college degree in business from most universities today is not worth the paper it's written on. I just had a son graduate from the University of Georgia a few months ago. The reason I think that is because most of these professors in most of these universities today hadn't got enough common sense to get in out of the rain. They don't have any idea of what it takes to win out there in the real world. They deal in a bunch of theory. These people have tried to fill up corporate America with this kind of thinking. These are the special people. If you're born rich, if you're born on the right side of the track, they rule you, the privileged class in America. If you're born poor from an average, ordinary background like I came from, they say you're supposed to give up all your big dreams and all your big ambitions and all your big hope. If you have a high IQ, they rule you brilliant. If you have an average IQ like me, they say you ought to drive a truck or be a janitor. Well, bull. Hey, that ain't the way. That ain't the way it is, and that ain't the way it ever was. They ain't nobody ever designed a test, nor will they design a test that can measure the heart of a man or a woman. The things that are unique to winning in business in America today are not outside artificial things like IQs, college board scores, college degrees, and stuff like that. The key to winning in these United States is what's inside a person. It's your integrity. It's your people abilities. It's your character. I believe in developing this winning edge. I've got 10 or 12 points that I won't be able to go over with you tonight, but let me just give you a flavor of what I think you've got to do to succeed in these United States. Number one, you've got to get excited. Folks, I don't believe anybody will ever tell you anything more important than this in winning in these United States. 90+% of winning in anything you try to do in America today, you've got to be excited. People in America won't follow or believe in a negative, dull, disillusioned, frustrated, dadgum crybaby. People want people who are positive and excited and enthusiastic and tough. The greatest definition I ever heard, I thought about this 10 million times when I wanted to quit along the way of a winner. This guy said almost everybody in America can stay excited for 2 or 3 months. A few people can stay excited for 2 or 3 years. But a winner will stay excited for 30 years or ever how long it takes to win. Another key to building this winning edge and this mental toughness is you got to become a dreamer again. You know, I'm a Methodist, and we just changed ministers a few weeks ago, and our new minister came in, and the church was just packed. And the first thing he said, well, it looks like everybody came out to see the monkey perform. And the second thing out of his mouth, he said, for a church to be a great church, you got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, you're dead. And boy, I sat up and I said, man, me and this guy are going to get along good because he knows what he's talking about. See, folks, I believe in order to win, you got to feel good about yourself. When I was coaching football for 7 years back in Georgia, and I had a paddle in my coaching office, and it was about this thick and this long. And in the fat end, I had little holes bored in it so you could really get some speed and blister their little butt, you know, when they misbehaved. And I had a rule on my football team that if any kid said, I can't, if any football player heard one of my football players said, I can't, he got to bring him in the coach's office and give him 3 licks. And it took me about a month to get all that thinking out of my players every year, you know, and I'd have football players knock on my door at recess and at lunch and after school. And he said, Coach, he said it. Coach, he said it. And I'd make that kid bend over and I'd give that other kid the board. He'd bust him 3 times. And folks, it didn't take long. You couldn't create a word game to get one of my kids to say, I can't. Bring it home a little bit more personal. When April and little Art were just this little and could understand words, every time they said, I can't, I made them do 3 push-ups. Folks, there ain't nothing you can't do in America if you want to bad enough. Another key in building this winning edge is, folks, you got to stand for something. People in America, the good people in America, are fed up with these dadgum fence sitters and mealy mouths. Corporate America has an especially black eye in business today. Most people in America think you can't find a company. They think you can't find a salesperson that'll tell you like it is and stand behind their word. They think these companies will sell anything, say anything, just to make a sale, just to make a profit. Well, you know what? Folks, if you want to win in the free enterprise system in America today, you got to stand for something. And another point, thank you, is yes, you're going to be controversial. Folks, if you want to win in these United States today, just get ready. You're going to be controversial. The only way not to be controversial is to be average and ordinary. They just call me anything but average and ordinary. Now, I know some of you might say, well, you know, I don't think I like Art Williams. You know, he sounds like an old tough butt to me. Well, folks, I'm telling you, you can be good and tough at the same time. I bet nobody's ever talked to a religious broadcaster like that. Another key to developing this winning attitude that'll give you a chance to do something great in American business is, folks, you've got to make a total commitment to what you're about. Do you know the American people have lost their toughness? They've lost their ability to make a commitment. See, folks, in trying to win in business, you're just going to have so many false starts. You think you get it going time after time, and you just get knocked back to ground zero, and it's your ability to compete, to pick yourself up off the mat one more time, to go for it one more time, that's going to determine success or failure. You know, we've got a divorce rate in America some 50% right now. You know, it just seems like that people that go in business today, they have an attitude, well, I'm gonna stick my toe in it. If I start making all this money, get all these promotions, then I'll see this thing through. Well, folks, that's not the way it works. The first step to winning in business in America today is you've got to make a total commitment. Total commitment gives you that little extra ounce of courage you need to fight back through the tough times. Winning in business demands the same kind of commitment that winning in marriage demands. You know, I fell in love with my wife in the 2nd grade. Only girlfriend I ever had. We ran off and got married our freshman year, had both of our children before we left college. We're true business partners in marriage. We go everywhere together. I spend more time with her, been married to her 26 years. Now I got 2 grandbabies, love her more today than I ever have. But I don't like her all the time. There's a bunch of times every day that I don't like her. You know, I'm a nut about brushing my teeth. You know, if I can get the toothbrush, I'll brush my teeth 4, 5, 6 times a day. And Angela's always forgetting everything, you know. And she always leaves the cap off the toothpaste, you know. And when I go in there to brush my teeth, the cap's off. It's got that hard little crust around the edge. You know, it just burns me more than I can tell you, you know. And I get on Angela's nerves about a lot of things. You know, we were having dinner last week, and every time we get through, Angela kicks me under the table, you know, and gets me back in my room and says, Art, you ain't got no class. You know, I wish, Art, you could learn to eat with your mouth closed, you know. But see, folks, if you want to win in business, everything's not going to work out like you want it to, but you got to be committed. I want to have great kids. I want to have a wonderful relationship. I want to have tremendous grandbabies. Another key in building this winning edge in business is you've got to learn to treat people good. Another thing that these universities pollute America, corporations with, is this attitude, you better not get to know your employees. You better not become friends or get to know the spouse or the children of your employees, because you might have to fire them, you might have to reassign them. And if you're close friends, you can't manage people in a tough-minded way. Bull. Folks, the only way to manage people and get the most out of people is treat them good. Learn to love them and care about them. Yes, it hurts from time to time, but it's the only way. You know, everybody you work with in business, you got to look at them and pretend there's a flashing sign on their chest. And everybody's asking you, make me feel special. Make me feel important. Say something good to me. I want to be somebody. Another key of winning in business in America today is, folks, you got to establish the right kind of priorities. First company I went with 15 years ago was ITT. When I was out there struggling, dying every day, wanting to quit and go back in coaching 1,000 times, my first heroes in this business were vice presidents at ITT making $40,000 or $50,000 a year. And I said, man, if I could ever get to be that kind of person, it'd be a dream come true. I couldn't want any more out of life. A few years later, I earned the right to get promotions to that level and found so many of my heroes in business, their personal lives were a disaster. They were alcoholics and divorced 3 and 4 and 5 times. I just read an article by the author of In Search of Excellence, and I saw where he says, I can't find evidence of any successful business person in America that's not tunnel vision, that just doesn't give everything to business. Folks, I said back then, 15 years ago, that if that's the price you've got to pay to win in business, it's not worth it. 15 years later, a multimillionaire. Folks, I can stand and preach to you that you can't separate your personal life from your business life. God's got to come first. Your family's got to come second. And business has got to come third. And I believe if you have a lousy spiritual life and a lousy personal life, long range, it's going to be devastating to your business. Another thing in building this winning attitude. Another thing in building this winning attitude in business. I see tall people make it big in business and short people, dumb people and smart people, fat people and skinny people. But if you cut open the winners in business, I see a heart of a champion. And all these people are competitors and they don't quit. I believe desire and will to win is everything. I don't know why I'm like I am, but my butt's always burning. There's always something say, Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to go for it. Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to be somebody. You're supposed to make a difference with your life. What does the $500,000 a year person do? The $50,000 a year person doesn't do. You look at the outside and study those two individuals, everything seems to be the same. They both are the same sex, they both are the same age, they have the same training, the same positions, the same contract, the same fringe benefits. They both are successful, they work hard, they're good family people, make tough commitments. But what's the difference? What does the $500,000 a year person do? The $50,000 a year person doesn't do. He pays the price and a little bit more. He works hard and a little bit more. He's loyal to the company and a little bit more. He believes in a little bit more. He makes money and a little bit more. He saves money and a little bit more. If you want to win in these United States, you got to be tough and you can't quit. The last thing I'll talk to you about today in building this winning edge is, folks, if you want to win in business, you got to be a leader. Leadership is everything. You show me anything in these United States that win, I'll show you a leader at work. You show me a successful church, Boy Scout troop, club, football team, business, I'll show you something run by a leader. See, I thought at one time in my life you had to be smart to win. I used to have these smart people that dress so pretty and talk so pretty and use these big words. They just intimidated me. And I said, Art, you can't ever be that good. Why don't you just throw in the towel and go on back and coach football for a living? And I found two things out about smart people. I think it's almost impossible for a smart person to win in business in America today. Because I find smart people spend their whole lifetime figuring things out. They're always trying to figure out an easier way and a quicker way. And another thing I found out about smart people is they just don't get around to doing nothing. And see, somebody like Art Williams, everybody said, well, he can't do it. And somebody like that can't do it, but he does it. See, folks, I want you to know almost everybody in America almost does enough to win. They almost get there. They almost are over the hump. They almost have it going. They almost, in everything they do, almost is a way of life to almost everybody in America. But the winners do it. What do? They do whatever it takes to get the job done. They do it and do it and do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to be somebody they're proud of. We need leaders in America who can do it. If you want to become somebody, do it. If you want to go in business for yourself, do it. If you want to become financially independent, do it. I hear too much talk in these United States. Everybody can talk a good game. We need people in America who can do it. I go all over this country with A.L. Williams, and I have people say, Art, you can count on me. Wonderful. Just do it. Art, I guarantee you this is my last stop. I'm going to win now. Super duper. Just do it. Art, if I could just have one good month and get the ball going, I know I could make it big. Super. Just do it. Art, if I could just pay off this debt, I could really go. Great. Just do it. Art, if I could just sell my house. Do it. But houses ain't selling. Do it anyway. Art, I'm not making any money. What can I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it and do it and do it. Art, I guarantee I'm going to win this contest. Super duper. Just do it. Art, I'm over the hump now. Watch my smoke. Great. Just do it. Art, I want to make it so bad I can taste it. What I do? You just do it. Art, I'm a vice president now. Can I quit doing it? No. Art, I don't know if I can keep on keeping on. I'm really hurting. What I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it and do it and do it. Art, all my life I wanted to be somebody important. Well, what do it then? Art, I'm going to save money so I don't have to go through this again. Great. Just do it. Art, I don't feel like I've had enough training. What I do? You just do it. Art, my manager don't give me no help. What I do? You just do it. Art, you don't understand. I was Mr. Everything at my former company. You don't mean I have to start off down at the bottom and do it, do you? Yep, you really got to do it. Art, what's the primary difference between winners and losers? The winners do it. They do it and do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to finally have achieved something unique, and how glad they are that they didn't quit like everybody else, and how wonderful it is to finally be somebody they're proud of and make a difference with their life. Thank you.
All right. All right. So, guys, I know we overrun of time. We're gonna polish it a little bit more, but just like what Art said, we'll just do it. All right. I thank everyone.
Yes, just do it like Nike.
I thank everyone who stick with us for the 4 weeks, and we're gonna fine tune it, make it more, effective, and for you guys to be able to get it done. Raul, I put a chat answer on the chat box. I'm going and jumping into an ERTC interview with Dave. I'll call your lady after this, okay? Good.
Yes, thank you very much,
Good, everyone,
Ma'am
and
Julie.
enjoy the rest of the night, and we'll see you tonight at the live settlement, okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you, Julie.
Bye.
Awesome.
Everyone.
Bye.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.